Okay, so hello everybody, this is TSdL, Season 8, Round of 32. We have Trinhuv vs Brojio. Joining me is Whooper and Aaron Noah. Both say hello.
Hello. Oh, that is a godlike Azul. Oh no, no! Why would you do this to me? Sorry, I am rolling in chance at the same time. So we've got a pretty. Oh,
Hey, I haven't said my hello yet.
who
Hello.
cares? Who cares about you? Oh, that is a godlike Azul legend. Too bad it's shit for everyone. All right. So Brojio has a pretty typical rush box. Um,
Estelle.
Missing from this box is IBC, actually.
We see
I would
Ari
have
and...
thought Iron Blood would be a good in this box, but instead we're still on Estelle and Akka. Maybe he didn't pull her? Hard to say.
I don't know if we can call
Meanwhile,
this a...
Trinhuv has a far more standard box. He's got most of the meta assassins. He's got SP Lana as one of the standout units that's a little bit odd, but that comes with the territory with tank push. He's got Autocrado in there, he has the meta tanks, and he has Diehard there. I don't think there's any major omissions aside from maybe Werner that I can see. It is a very meta standard box. As for why I'm not commenting on Marianne, it's because Mariandel is very standard in tank push at this point in time.
I do want to mention that Brojio's maybe not the most standard rush box these days. I mean, we see Reen, Ari, Bozel.
He's heavy on debuff, I'll say that for sure.
And Ari we haven't seen too much in Reen. Like, God, that's 2 seasons ago that we would see him, so...
Yeah. I mean, Rain still wins games if he goes unchecked, but he's a lot easier to check these days.
I mean, if you look at like Trinhub's box, it seems super, I would say AOE tank push based, and it doesn't have too many assassins. Maybe that was Brojio doing a little bit of research there, finding out that you can just like ban the Kira here, and then that could let your debuffers roam free, something like that.
Maybe so. That makes some amount of sense. That's for sure.
Well, pretty sure both gonna ban. Oh, I thought it would be a Rosen ban.
For Trinhuv, you mean?
Yeah, even for Trina.
I don't know about that. I don't think Brojio is ever going to first pick Rosen, right?
Yeah, I can see that there's, like, if Brojio first picks Rosin, then it doesn't matter because the rest of his units do not have the ability to last a long time. I mean, it's good against the AoE and it's good against preventing the debuffs, but...
Yeah, I just don't think he's ever first picking Rosen. If he needs to get rid of Rosen because one of his picks, like, for example, Ham is really wanting Rosen to be gone, he can do it later. It obviously makes sense from Brojio's side because, like, more than half his box is badly affected by Rosen.
And, obviously with, Brojio's box, you know for a fact, there is nothing that is ever going to happen but this Rosin getting banned. And so Trinhuv ends up banning Ham because this is a tank push box. Trinhuv's probably going to pick up a tank here, doesn't want to have to deal with the heal reversal. I mean, it is mostly AoE, so...
It might be Christiane,
No,
right?
I'm not sure picking a tank for Trina is good because most of the Brojio is actually AOE.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
A Euro first pick is not unreasonable.
Yeah.
Is it Kyura is pretty decent actually. Kyura or IBC?
Yeah, I like both.
Seems fine, yeah. Ooh.
Wow.
Marindel is not too bad. I was gonna say Marindel as the third my third option.
Yeah, I mean, she provides a lot of off-healing. She's bulky. She is really good against all this debuff. She has a lot of additional debuff removal. There's definitely a lot of stuff Marianne can do here. And then there's not many single target things that can really take advantage of her to begin with, so I like that too. Ironically, like one of the best single targets that could take care of this Mariandel, assuming like a tank gets banned, which I don't know if it necessarily will, be like Ari hunting with Rag or something.
Marianne is a pretty, like, ranged units aren't very good at killing Mariandel. When she has 4 range, she counters pretty strong.
Yeah.
And if it's a Draupnir Warlock's Mariandel, then most things that kill her from range will die in the process.
Well,
Yeah.
he's got Pepsi. Is the only one that can kill Mariandel without dying is Pepsi and Werner. But
No,
obviously,
even the, Werner might with his 2C, but Pepsi will die because Marianne hits him back at the same time.
I actually-
Pepsi with shield will not kill.
What?
Will not. I mean, if Pepsi has shield,
Okay, if he has shield,
wouldn't-
sure, nothing kills him. But like,
Yeah.
if he does have shield, he can't attack Marianne safely.
And Werner, from what I've seen, at least if you can get like an aura or something, then he can fail Mariandel's, assuming that it's Assassin Werner.
Yes.
yes, that's right.
I don't know. Well, I mean, it depends on what troops are brought. If it's Warlocks, then it's going to be Reflect Marianne. If it's Phalanx, then, you know.
Yeah.
So
Phalanx.
for Brojio, he might actually pick his the moon, the red moon.
Transcendent? Oh, no, King of the Red Moon.
Yeah, King of the Red Moon.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, or him, or her.
Well, Kimiko is fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, any of the playmaker.
If Marianne is Draupnir, she is not immune to silence, and that is very bad for her. Kaira is a good pickup, I think.
I'm
Getting
pretty sure
rid-
Trinhuv's ones actually drop near.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just thinking about how on the second round of bans, Liana and Ham get banned, and
Well,
leading
good
up to
pick from both. Like Trinhuv just trying to negate as much as debuff as possible.
Yes, I think that's a fairly good plan, given the overall composition of Brojio's box.
Yeah, but it's what I mean with Brojio is, don't you really want to ban this Kira?
So who would you pick next if you're Brojio?
If I'm Brojio... Ooh... I think it's probably... Does Reen get any good new soldiers? He doesn't get Sanseas, does he?
He does not get
No,
any
he
Kira
doesn't.
now.
It might be... it's between Cherry and Pepsi for me, I think.
Bozel's not
Yeah,
good.
I think he actually needs to pick Pepsi. I mean,
Yeah.
Cherry.
Sure.
Well, to just maybe get rid of the Kaira,
Yeah.
and also maybe to kind of counter Lucretia.
What
Gonna be
does
hard regardless.
what does Trinhuv pick up here?
Yeah, because whatever Brojio can pick, I think Trinhuv can easily answer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is the most important perspective from it, right? Because Trinhuv doesn't have to decide what he wants to pick until he sees exactly what Brojio picks. So, Reen gets
Okay,
picked.
so we
Okay.
see. That is, Yeah, look.
That is okay as well. That's okay as well, I think.
Reen doesn't die to Kaira, does he?
No, he doesn't.
absolutely
But
not.
I suspect that's actually a boots range.
Mm,
So
in which
he's
case-
probably actually okay versus Kaira.
I see. That's alright. Cherry and Pepsi are the bans here, right? Everyone else can be dealt with fairly easily.
So yeah, what does Trinhuv pick here?
D-Heart isn't bad.
That
Pepsi
Heart
isn't
is
bad.
pretty good. Yeah.
Diehard can kill Reen, right?
Yeah, that Heart can kill Reen.
Yeah, I think Diehard would be the best answer to this Reen.
I think Cherry is also not bad from Trinhov's side, but there might be some mobility issues, or rather range
Yeah,
issues.
well, Trinhuv's gonna be outrange.
Well, Lucretia definitely kills.
Lucretia is
everyone.
pretty good as well. Actually.
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucretia kills everyone involved. If Trinhuv wants a tank, he will get one, that's for sure. It's probably going to be... Ooh, I don't know actually. Autocrato is not a bad one. But Pepsi's probably the pick, right?
Autocrato is like one of those units that sounds really good in theory against this sort of composition. I mean, they probably end up with no healer, right? Because not likely that Brojio is going to pick one, but the issue is that they're just going to spread out or funnel in one by one, and Autocrata is not going to ever be able to get the jump on them. As for...
Or they're just gonna run forward.
Yeah, or they just, even if he does, they just run forward. So Auto, and plus there's nothing really to guard against for Auto anyway. I mean, it's all AoE, so it's still, you don't really need any sort of tank. You definitely don't pick a tank here. You pick Pepsi or Lana, I think. And I think
I think Pepsi is still the best pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're right.
And as for Brojio,
it's not much. To be honest, it's not much as well. Like, he probably is gonna pick his other two AoE, like either Bozo or
Bozo against Kira and stuff. But
what's
I mean,
her name again?
Ari?
Arian Road.
Yeah, Arya.
I think I like Ari more here. Bozo, I mean,
Bozal seems really bad. Bozal just immediately dies to Kaiyura, right?
well,
Yeah, but
Brojio does
not
have the
sure
range.
whether Trin actually knows that's Bozo, but Brojio should expect it's like it could be 3 holies there. He's fighting.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. I mean, even
He might actually not pick Bozo.
I was just gonna mention that
It's possible. I agree. It is very possible.
I was just gonna mention that with the Akaya buff, Bozo can at least probably get in and get one AoE, right? But Marianne she just does one AoE and wipes out all those debuffs, so one Bozo AoE is not necessarily going to be that effective. So it does pick up the Ari.
Yeah, alright.
Don't think he needs to ban Bozo, but
Well, maybe Trinhuv doesn't know his Bozo actually demon.
well, sure, but even then, like, just expect it to be a normal Bozo. I guess you're just banning DPS, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because it's
He's
not like
probably
it
gonna
still
pick
does anything.
Florencia though.
Yeah, Florentia's probably the pick here.
I mean, when you already have a Kaya, you're not gonna want to sell.
Well, both kinda enabler.
Both-
But
yeah,
with
both
Florencia, he can AoE and then act again. Well, what he might want to do is actually rush turn 1. I think that's Brojio aim right now.
Yes, so it's less the rush that he's picking it for, and more the act again. Because if, for example, well, this just means everyone can reach turn 1, and then whoever doesn't reach can get acted again. So that even means Akaya could run in and pick someone off, because there's no magic tank there.
Yeah, and so we think that Trinhuv's gonna pick up Pepsi here. I mean, you guys don't like Lana at all?
Definitely Pepsi.
I don't think Lana does anything, because none of these AoE units care about being damaged a bit. And if you AoE Arian Road, you're probably making a big mistake.
Well, think about it like this. You have Mariandel, and you have Lucretia, and you have Autocrata, all that can AoE, and Lana can combo on top of that, and even be like one of the leaders in that. But, I mean, Pepsi's really good at endgame cleanup and has some longevity.
Well, I think that there's a problem here, because Marianne's never getting stacks, right? There's like... Because, yeah, Lucretia and Autocrata can give her 2 stacks, but she's not going to get the other 2.
Yeah.
If you ever pick Lana.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll see. Florentia, as expected. And Pepsi, as expected.
Well, it's not like Lana's an impossible pick, I just think Pepsi's a better one.
Sure.
If it gets to an endgame scrap and Pepsi's just been sitting back the entire time, he can solo this entire team on the left.
For skills, we didn't really have to talk much. It's all going to be standard. Himiko
Can you
might
check
bring...
whether that's
We can't.
boots?
We cannot.
Yeah.
No, we can't check it. We can't check anything because replays are broken.
Every major update, it breaks the
What?
previous... Every major update...
Every major update, the replays break, so you can't pause them without the game going nuts. Kat, I think
okay.
you're muted again.
Yes, I will.
So, Rain can unify, and Florentia can act again the Okay, so overthrow in order here is good because it stops anyone moving laterally, and it... Oh, actually, this is really bad.
Yeah,
Reen gets to A right now.
he's giving
Oh no.
range.
This is very bad.
Yeah, that swap is pretty devastating because
Reen's problem is his range. Like, if he gets to 3C, that's often game over. Yeah, Marianne... Oh no. And that's... Oh,
that
clock.
That was also a swap where it was only hitting 2 people, if I remember right, so you usually don't want to do that with auto either.
Oh no. But at least Reen is going to die now. But Arian's just going to take his place and kill everyone. Yep, so kill Reen, and then Arian runs in and everyone dies. Actually, maybe, what's her name? No, Himiko can...
Yeah,
this is going to do a lot.
The Himiko follow-up after this.
It's not gonna... Ouch.
Oh.
It doesn't... It looks like it hit hard.
It looks like it was game over, but I guess not. I guess Marian's just that good.
I think what Brojio made mistake was, he should have waited to hit with the Rian.
Oh, waited till Reen was the last action. Right?
No, like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he actually let Kayura dispel the team.
It's worth mentioning Kira brought her 2C skill that does not guard ignore, instead the one that heals, as she very much should, so that was just a lot of additional healing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the ordering on this has, I think this means that Trinhuv takes it, right?
Yeah, Trinhuv can just recover from this. When you have this sort of composition, you need to get a lot of stuff done within the first round, and then maybe you clean up an endgame, and just everybody's alive.
That's right. Like, what he only managed to do is, like, only Himiko's AoE and Rian.
Well, you should be casting Eri. It sounds like you have other pressing issues to attend to.
I got another guess.
Say hello to the internet, Aries kid. Anyway, yeah, you do need a critical mass of AoE in this day and age, and with Kayura being a problem in that regard, and Marianne being a good one-shot heal everybody, that makes it exceedingly difficult.
Plus
so
Kira too.
Kayura mitigates the damage on at least 2 units. So that was unfortunately... I think that if the ordering had been a bit different, then Trinhuv would be in a much worse position. But that's not to say he would have lost immediately. There still would have needed to be some Reen RNG to go right. If Reen got 2 AoEs off, then that might have been curtains, but...
Yeah, but looking at the Rian's debuff, it was actually pretty good. Like, the Mariano actually gets the reverse heal and stuff. So if he had waited, he would kill something with his AoE next turn. Especially if he managed to kill Mariandel, I don't think Trinhuv can recover well.
I think we can actually say that Trinhuv pulling Reen forward there was a master plan, because the rest of the rest of Brojio's units were not in a position to be able to follow up at that time, so it gave Trinhuv 1 turn to be able to recover from the Reen AoE, and one after that is just the momentum's against you.
Mm-hmm.
So we see some big box swaps.
Very big box swaps. So Brojio has basically thrown out half his AoE package. In fact, that's basically all of his AoE package except Himiko.
And
He's
Reen.
put Lucretia... Yeah, Reen is still there. Lucretia, Helena, and Himiko and Kruger are all still AoE units. Estelle and Jugla and Reen, of course. So it's still at least half AoE, right? He's just added some single target threats as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's correct, because in this sort of lineup, Trinhuv just picks a tank.
Just pick a tank and start banning out all the AoEs.
Exactly. And, like, there are assassins on the other side, but if it gets to that point, then Brojio doesn't have tanks. Trinhuv just needs to have a couple strong single targets to trade for assassins, and then a lot of your units can't finish off tanks. So I think he's gonna, well, rather than banning out AoE specifically, I think he's gonna aim to get a tank push comp going, with maybe like a Diehardt or a Pepsi to finish things off.
Yeah, I'm thinking you just get rid of like Reen, Kruger, Himiko, and then there's not that much that can really threaten your tank push comp at this point.
Pepsi's annoying.
He is, but there are answers to Pepsi. As for what Trinhuv swapped, very simple but effective changes. Taking out the slower stuff and noticing that Brojio has more of a rush-leaning box last game, puts in Helena and Elwyn, so Trinhuv can get some counter engagements in and stunt Brojio's rush.
Yeah, very reasonable swaps. There's no tank in Brojio's box that deals particularly well with these units aside from Estelle, and if you force Brojio to pick Estelle early, then I feel like you've won something, right? Yeah, so
Yeah,
first
well-
pick Hilda.
Well, first
Unsurprising.
pick. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, first pick, Elwyn. It cries for, oh, please pick your tank.
Yes, and while
Okay,
Elwyn is
got it.
decent, Christian, not banning Hilda, or rather building your box in a way where you have to ban Rosenseal, or I guess Kyura? No, he banned Rosenseal first, right?
Yeah,
You have to with this box.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, the box is kind of confused, to be honest. Like, if it's where it's like you have to ban Rosen first, otherwise you get your box will be disabled, half
Yes.
of them. But at the same time, Trinhuv can just pick a tank, and his box still disabled. Half of his box is still disabled.
Yeah,
So it's kind of awkward.
I really like it when people first pick Ellen, and then I would say it's a crutch of mine. I just pick Hilda, and then it at least shuts down the Ellen. I can deal with it from there.
If the box has Rosenseal and Hilda, and you first pick Elwyn, or rather, and your box's plan is to first ban Rosenseal, you can't first pick Elwyn.
That's right. Ideally,
Hilda-
he should pick assassin, like especially Pepsi.
Yeah, I think-
or he picks Himiko.
I like Yamiko first pick here.
I would still go for Pepsi, and see. You can go either way.
They're both good. Alright, so Kruger, yeah, makes sense. And now all the AoE threat is gone. Marianne is easily enough to deal with Kruger in my experience. I don't know. Elwyn and Helena are really problematic here if Estelle and Juggler are the bans.
I like the IBC ban, trying to prevent Trinhuv from getting any sort of mobility, and plus IBC is just a really versatile unit. It puts out a lot of healing too. It's pretty effective. Lucretia.
I mean, you say that, but he's got Wetham, Diehardt, Helena, and Elwyn. I think he's going to have the mobility advantage if you don't straight up pick Arca right now. And if you pick Arca right now, then the Estelle dog ban line means that Helena gets to kill whoever she wants anyway. I mean, Kruger can run Stone Colossi or whatever, but...
Very fair point, and as for what Trinhuv bans, he bans Himiko and Reen, just pretty much the worst things for this tank push comp to deal with, because now you have this Kruger, and the only AoE units left in your box really are Helena and Juggler. Trinhuv still has at least 2 good answers to Juggler in his box. If Brojio picks up Juggler, then we're just going to see a Ham or Elwyn pick, and then Juggler is going to be a lot less effective. And this Kruger, so basically at this point, this Kruger is only here to soften somebody up to try to kill. But you have to try and kill through this tank, so I guess you have to pick Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi's good.
Yeah, Pepsi is a good pick. I'm not too sure about picking Kyora into.
Kyura into a combination of. I mean,
But just
Kyura.
basically just.
If Marianne runs Forks, then I think she actually has kills. Can't kill Cherry. Kill the top. I'm
And don't forget about
not
the
a big-
anti-crit.
Yes, exactly. I'm not a fan of the Kyura pick, but what was the ban? It was Lucia. No, it was Aka and yeah. Okay. You guys keep going. I've got
Okay. So yeah, Kira, she can't kill Sherry. With what's left in this box, she can kill Helena in some conditions, but she won't really be having an attack buff. Or she'll have to bring her own gospel, and also if you want to do that, you're going to need to bring faith. And it can still be iffy even past that, because this map does have enough forest, and it can be pretty hard to kill Angel Helena on a forest anyway. As for what Sherry can do, she is an effective answer to killing this Elwyn. She does have great range, so she can potentially scoop up a double kill. There are still tanks left up on Brojio's side, but supposing that Brojio does pick a tank here, then that means Brojio's immediately going to lose Helena and Rosalia after that and not have another DPS.
To be honest, that's his best pick. He needs to pick like unsuspecting he's gonna pick his
Rosalia?
what's her name? No, the tank that can buff.
Estelle.
Yeah, Estelle. Keep forgetting the old hero's name.
Yeah, I guess you have to pick Estelle just to try and shut down this Sherry, right?
Well, also kinda negates Helena counters.
Yeah.
We've got Airy outing himself as a Trails in the Sky secondary. I'm very ashamed.
Oh, see, he's gonna pick that one. Okay. And that's also another good pick from Trinhuv. I can answer to any like he's good against Elwyn and he's good against Kyura. If that Kruger is actually using drop near, Trinhuv has to be careful though, because that diehard would probably die.
Oh, he absolutely explodes against Draupnir, Warlock's Kruger. That's not even a question.
And it is worth mentioning too that Kruger can just bring Lava Titans, and then he should also be pretty safe against diehard.
Trinhuv is still left with like two very strong picks.
Ham being there is terrifying to me. Like,
Yeah, you ban Sissy.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he wants to ban both of them.
I can understand the Sissy
Well,
ban,
I
but
can understand a little bit. But, like, he wants to make Elwyn more useful, I guess. Because fighting
Yeah.
good tanks is gonna be very annoying for Elwyn.
yeah, I guess
You're right. Elwyn isn't going to do very much unless he like gives himself some other way, like bringing Highlanders or something.
Yeah, and I guess if there's two tanks, then Elwyn Dispel Guard play on Hilda here, and then Rosalia potentially following up at this point is not. With Christiane, it's nullified, and then Sissy is sort of the same thing. She can also bring up another tank to help protect you even past the Guard Dispel, and she's an act again too. I was thinking about it from the perspective of Mariandel is already covering most of the healing that Trinhuv's team needs, but I guess I can understand it. And you have Estelle, so hopefully she's the one to absorb the ham hits.
It's quite interesting now for Brojio picks. Because obviously if he picks Rosen, it might disable his last two picks.
Yeah, it'll
But
totally
the
get rid
problem is Trinhuv has two assassins.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do suspect that actually he's probably gonna pick Rosen.
And I think Ham was... Well, I don't know.
Rosen's good in this position. Yeah, there you go.
Is Ham the right choice? I know that's
Let's
crazy.
start the
Let's us
speed replay.
start. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Are you ready? It's gonna be speed commentary.
Faceless Kira,
Alright, and
Elwin brings Unicorn.
As it gets started, we're reminded Go is glory for whatever reason. Brojio gets up the shield ASAP, so he doesn't have to worry about that for the rest of the match. Ham and Cherry are now significantly.
Well, I think
diminished in
both
their
gonna
effect.
start slow anyway. None of them is
think so.
gonna rush. Like,
Yeah, so Kruger's gonna put Marianne obviously because Marianne needs to stay near people to do stuff. Marianne's not gonna have too much issue building up stacks. I think Elwin's 3C actually does. No, it doesn't count actually. Yep. So that's a 6-star Marianne, so he can be 4 slots away. They're both gonna sit there for a while. That breeze on Kyura might be big, depending on what could be killed. Yeah, killing Die Hard is probably very reasonable here. Usually a pretty easy kill.
no, the heart actually pretty strong against
Yeah,
magic, especially
anti-crit.
without crit. Yeah,
Anti-crit, and that's a holy Kyura, so the overall damage is a little bit diminished. Breeze is also significantly less strong than Meteor, in my opinion. You get the extra
but it
range.
was a safe hit, so I think that's an okay play.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough. Unfortunately, it didn't really accomplish very much. It's to put Kyura onto what's it called? Onto cooldown.
Yeah,
was that
the thing
3C?
is, we don't know whether that's a Faith Kyura or not. If he brings 2 skill Sams, it will be okay.
Yeah, if only we knew, right?
I feel like if it was Faith, it would have killed.
Yes, that is quite likely.
And I noticed I can turn down the speed to make this a bit easier.
Oh, that is an
Oh,
option, isn't it?
So the disable guard is on.
Yeah.
Didn't get Elwin's debuff immunity, so it didn't put up the heal reversal.
Will this kill him?
Wouldn't you want to use Elwin to hit something instead?
I think I would hit with Elwin. Wait, who does he hit with Elwin?
Like that, Hilda should be disabled, isn't it? Like he can't guard. The thing is, we can't see whether she still have her guard or not.
Well, she didn't guard there, so yeah. I'm sorry, this is so scuffed.
I think that's probably a dead weapon. Yeah. Marianne has to act.
Yeah, Marianne's gonna answer.
Nothing. Yeah, just kill and then heal Hilda and Cherry, and then Cherry will probably take the kill on what's his name. Oh no, he doesn't. Phoenix Wave. Because this isn't going to be significant damage, is it?
Kills the sword, but I mean it doesn't matter.
No, it got detect on Cherry, so that's
I think that's okay though, but I'm not sure why he doesn't bring the warlocks.
Cherry doesn't yeah, I think warlocks would have been better too, but yeah, because Cherry's passive was disabled, right? I am completing.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure why he doesn't move with Elwin.
No way Estelle dies to this, right? Estelle is really bulky. She just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but there's no many threat left from Brojio's side.
Yes, and Marianne will just kill Estelle here. Once Marianne
GG,
gets one
yeah.
this game.
Yeah, just Trinhuv managed to keep all his units alive against Brojio's rush, and I mean maybe Brojio went in a bit too hastily. We can trace it back to the Kira failing that kill on the Diehard. If that kill goes through, then it becomes a very different game from there. And Rosin sort of seemed like she was totally dead weight this game.
Yeah, it did stop a couple of debuffs, but probably not enough to actually be meaningful, hey?
Yeah.
It felt like another DPS would have been able to pay out a lot more in this game.
Yeah, especially with if you play like with Alvin disabled, Rosa would actually be pretty decent too.
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought that was the move there, but hard to say what could have gone differently since that game went so damn fast. A curse this stupid update bug.
And so does Ares Kid, apparently.
Thank you, Aries Kid, for agreeing with me.
They just want me to shower and sleep with them.
That's new, dude.
Gee. Okay, so
That's what they've been nagging since yesterday, Kara.
I see.
Right. Well, I probably do have to leave now, but you guys feel free to continue streaming.
Thank you for the permission.
Yes, that definitely mattered, my permission. But you again for having me. Hopefully we can get this going again sometime soon.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for joining me.
Wasn't that the last one though? Like, is there more games to review?
There are 2 top 16 games. I do need to wrestle up the rest of the round of 32 games that weren't posted, although now I have to deal with this replay bug for every single replay, and even for the top even for the top 16 replays, I still have to deal with this replay bug.
Wow.
Like I have some experience commentating fighting games, which are pretty fast-paced, but I don't think that it's quite as easy to do with Lang, especially when there's so many things you need to know about the customization and the the loadouts.
I think it's literally impossible.
Very, very difficult, even if we spend most of our time in pick ban, and we did our best. Like we definitely spent plenty of time kind of thinking about what would be best for pick ban, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta do what we can do. I'm still. Yeah, okay. Goodbye, Whooper. Thank you very much for joining me. Love you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye. So in game 1, Brojio, it seemed like he had the ability, or at least the team composition that could have handled what Trinhuv had. It came down to the Autocrato swap, bringing Renan really close, which was actually a bait in a sense, because the rest of Brojio's team was not prepared to follow up on the Reen AoE, and when it comes to having an AoE team, it is all about the AoE combo sequence. If you're just like trickling in one AoE and then a turn later you're doing another AoE, it gives the opponent too much time to recover in between the AoEs. AoE kills are by pretty thin margins in a lot of different cases, and so it was just a bit of a premature jump that was actually enabled by Autocrato pulling Reen up close. And it's a tough position for Reen at that point because he's already transformed. Yeah, so that would be what I would say would happen in game 1. And as for game 2, I think Eri had it pretty much on point with that. Brojio's box sort of seemed to be at odds with itself, like it was a little bit of AoE, a little bit of single target. It didn't seem too coherent, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. Do you have anything else to say about that match, Ari?
No.
Okay, so yeah, congratulations to Trinhuv for advancing to the round of 16, and better luck next time to Brojio.